Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to my channel, Finding Sarasota. My name is Eric Martin. I'm a local realtor here with Keller Williams Classic Group and the owner of Sarasota Keys Real Estate Group. Hey everybody, once again, welcome back. Click on that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and you're going to get notified every time I upload a new video. Well, today I'm going to kind of shift gears. I'm going to stray away from the what's really cool to do it's in around Sarasota and kind of change this to like a life lesson video. And today I kind of want to just talk about, what to do and how to prepare for the unfortunateness of losing a family member or a loved one and possibly having to go through the executorship of an estate. And as most of you are watching this video, if you're friends or family of me, you know that back in 2018 I lost my dad, and last September, very unfortunately and quickly, lost my mother. And so being the only child, everything fell on me, which was okay by me, but it was kind of tough, and it would have been nice to have a brother or a sister or a family member there to help out, which I did. But there were still a lot of things that I needed to take care of that they really couldn't help me with. So thank you for them for being there and being by my side through that difficult time. But like I said, today I just want to kind of talk about what can be done to kind of like help the process afterwards, because what happens afterwards is probably just as stressful as what happens before they pass away, whether it be car accident, illness, sickness, whatever it be. And first and foremost, I would have to say, make sure that they have a will. And if you're watching this video and you have a single parent or grandparent left or something, they want to sit down and watch the video with you, put it on pause, go grab them, and come back and sit and watch this video. So I think it could be very beneficial. And in no way, shape, or form is this any legal advice, seeing that things vary from state to state, bank to bank, business to business, on what forms or how it works. But what I'm going to give you informational wise has nothing really to do with that. It's just the preparation part. And that preparation part, again, consists of at least having a will. And the will help out whoever is going to be executor, and that's up to the person writing the will. But help the executor divvy out whatever they need to give out to other family members, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, things like that. The other thing that you should know and have is all the information for your checking accounts, savings accounts, CDs, IRAs, 401ks, and maybe not the account information as much, but as who is holding those accounts, what banks, what institutions are taking care of your 401s and your IRAs. The other thing is assets, titles for cars, deeds for your house, titles for boats, RVs, any of that stuff. A couple of other things that you could do, and we did it with my parents, would be put somebody on a checking account, add them in. So if the unfortunateness of you or your loved one not being able to access your checkbook or be able to write checks to maintain your house, at least that person that you put on the account will have access to be able to write your homeowner's insurance checks, write your tax checks. If you have car payments, still be able to pay for the car without putting the burden on your family and using their money to keep your stuff afloat. If you have those accounts, you more than likely can do it. Just have to talk with your bank. And that brings me to another subject. My parents have been banking at the same bank for years and years and years and had a very good relationship with the bank representatives there. I was brought in on the fold and had a couple accounts there, and I became friendly with all of the bank representatives. And our accountant, who weirdly enough retired the year before my mom passed away, so I had to deal with a new accountant, but that accountant we were going to for many, 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 many years. And so he knew the background, he knew the story. So basically, what I'm getting at is if you can build relationships now with people that you trust in the banking and accounting industry, if something happens down the road, going to them is going to be a lot more easier because they're going to know your situations. They're going to have past documentation to be able to give you answers of whether there might be taxable gains somewhere or what you can do legally with this or that without needing to worry about, am I getting the right information? The other thing you could do is if you have CDs and IRAs, and again, this may vary from state to state, but I was a POD on a lot of the accounts, the CDs and IRAs, so it was a pay on death. So all I had to do was just go in with the documentation from the surrogate's office, and boom, everything was closed out and it was done. Now, here is one thing that I think you could do that I think would be very beneficial and without giving up a lot of personal information or to worry about personal information is go to your local bank and get a safety deposit box. They're $20, $30 a year. And in that safety deposit box, you can leave deeds, titles for cars. If you don't want to leave the account numbers and information, you can at least leave what banks the accounts are in, who's managing the 401s, the IRAs, all that information on a sheet of paper, and leave it in the safety deposit box and name somebody else access to that safety deposit box. And I say this because if for some reason you access that box later on and something is missing, you know who is in that box because they have to sign into that box. Now, of course, you want to put somebody trustworthy that knows it's there, but it's there for only the purpose that if something happens to you, they know where to get the information that they need to get. So again, none of this is legal advice. It is just some things that you can do. And, again, going back to those of you that know me and knew my parents and things, knew that my mother was a very, very organized person. And if it had not been for that organization, with the amount of things that I needed to take care of and still dealing with the stress of the passing and everything else, I think it would have been a really, really harder time to make sure that everything was taken care of. And I say this because you work hard for what you get, whether it be cars, boats, motorcycles, checking accounts, whatever you're in the checking account, your financial status, you work hard for that. And it would be a shame if something was to happen and your family could not access that or gain access to it because they don't have the information or even knew that it existed. So just to make sure that they're taken care of, you should really take care of these things first. So this way they know what they need to look for and take care of. So that's kind of like my little PSA for today. Again, not legal advice because everything does change from state to state to state, bank to bank to bank, business to business to business. But, if you can take care of all of that pre-work, the after work is going to be so much easier for whoever needs to do it, and they will thank you for it down the road. Trust me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Next week, hopefully, we'll be back out in the town and be able to show you some more sights of Sarasota. So in the meantime, stay safe, enjoy yourselves. Thanks for watching.